Good performance, man. Don't ever leave Chelsea. Never give up. Loftus-Cheek, always.
Hello, guys, and welcome to the Liverpool-Chelsea match review. It's Matt back again because Sadiq, as usual, having problems as usual. But there you go. We'll get straight into it. I would say a great game for the emotions, but not the best result. League, if anyone thought it was still going on, it's over. Man City will win this, but there you go. I mean, I'd rather them than Liverpool. But there you go. I'm joined by another wonderful panel. Starting off with Marv. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, good. Actually, I'm quite pleased because we were 2-0 down. So good we managed to win. I'm happy with the way the team played. It's a lot of the games recently we hadn't played as well. So yeah, no, I mean you can't complain. I'm just glad we stopped them winning the league again for the second time since I've been alive. So
Yes.
But they come back well. They battled hard. We dominated large parts of the game. I was really happy with the lineup, not having to see the two terrors. So I'm quite happy. I think they played really well. So yeah, and Pulisic got that goal, so he shut a lot of people up after the miss. So it was also quite nice.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my main response to it is when you do a miss like that, that's how you reply back.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
That's the impact you make. You get too many of our players. You know, too many of our players have them miss, and then they do nothing after.
Also, who this bitch? This guy who can talk to me. Have you seen this? Have you seen the chin? Have you seen your chin? I don't know the name of him. He's Steve something, but he was saying my takes were shit. Dude, you cannot ever have a take again when you look like... Even my phone's shutting down of how ugly you are. I don't remember his name. Steve something? He's a guy that kind of walks on the leash of that XP Carty guy. I don't know his name, but my God, you are ugly. Please shut up. Let's continue.
Well, it's not Marv without a rant, but there you go. Josh, how you doing, my friend?
Lukaku.
Hey man, doing good. What a crazy game of football that was, man. Yeah, first and foremost, Mane shouldn't be on the pitch. We'll just say that. Can I say that from the very jump? I think, and any objective person can watch that and see a clear elbow thrown right into the face.
The league keep crying, Hamco. Man City. Okay, and no one was crying about Man City win the league. I don't think anybody even realized Man City play.
Yeah. No, but a great show of a fight from the boys. Really strong. I mean, for most of the game, to be honest with you, I think we dominated the game. The solid goal. It's a little bit of poor defense, a little bit of a great finish. It's a combination of one of those things. But for me, Mane should be off the pitch right away. I don't think there's any way you could objectively say that's not a red card. But
someone send Jesters the link.
Yeah, I will do.
Jesters hasn't got the link. Someone send Jesters the link.
But yeah, no, great game. Pulisic, I thought. The whole team in general, I thought Kovacic was incredible today. Kante, another masterclass. The pit, like for me, that's the pivot we probably should move forward with if we're going to stay in this formation. Chalo with an early mistake, but I thought he played pretty well after the mistake until he got hurt. Alonso, as much as I slayed him, I thought he played okay today. Probably one minor positional mistake on the solid goal, but he was pretty good for most of the game. I give Kai a little bit of slack. It's his first game back from several weeks out. He's been out with COVID, out for a few weeks now. I thought Pulisic, to be honest with you, was fantastic today. Incredible finish with the left foot. Yeah, the miss early, probably my buddy and I were watching the game. Probably could have just toe poked it real quick first time, but tried to go around the keeper. Good save at the end of the day. I could have maybe asked for a little bit more from Mount today.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if there was probably one player on the pitch, if there was one player on the pitch, I want a little bit more for. It's probably him. He wasn't terrible, but just not enough in the final third from him. But overall, Mendy, fantastic game from Mendy. 2 just giant saves. But yeah, it's a good point. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a good point. And obviously would have loved all 3, but it when you're down 2-0, you get a point out of that. You got to be happy. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting game. A lot of good and negative points. I think Mount was terrible. If I'm honest, I thought it was another ghost game from him. And this time he didn't get the assist or goal to make that go away. But he ghosted it again.
Hasn't really been there most of the season, really. If you're going to be objective,
really. Take out Norwich.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Mount, but I don't see him as a front three player, and I never have.
No.
I mean, he's a good player, but I prefer him much deeper than this.
Yeah. KJ, how are you doing, my friend? I bet you're happy with your man scoring what is a wonderful goal.
That is Puskas Award worthy. I don't give a damn what any other goal we see this season. That is goal of the season for me so
great
far.
Goal.
Flipping great goal. But man, I'm you know what, I'm happy, and I think a lot of Chelsea fans can relate. This is probably the first game in a while where we've looked at it and we probably should have taken 3 points, especially against Liverpool. We definitely should have taken 3 points. We were in control for majority of the game. We played so well, especially against Liverpool's high press. You don't normally see Chelsea just going against teams like that with the high press, but we did it. And I think it just shows that we are capable of winning games. It's really just about the personnel we have, which leads to our into midfield pairing. I think, like Josh said, this is the people we need going forward. I think what they offer is just mobility. And that's what you need in this side. Players that can work with our striker or whoever plays as the number 9 or false 9. Players that can come wide and in around him and just connect play with the midfield. And that's what Kante and Kovacic were doing so well. The way they linked up play was just insane. And obviously my boy Kova, his first touch and close control is above anything I've probably ever seen most Chelsea players come in and play his position. I mean, it's almost close to Lampard's first touch, if I'm being honest. I think he's such a good dynamic player. And I don't understand sometimes when he has 1 or 2 pieces, we kind of lose focus on Alex's name. Focus. Yeah. we kind of doubt him, but man, what a player. And yeah, I mean, we should have won, but great game from Chelsea, I think. And in our perspective, we shouldn't drop our heads. This is something to be proud of, and yeah, just something to build upon. I feel confident against Man City now, if I'm being honest. So yeah, we'll see.
One question: I see a comment saying that I am abusive and promote hatred. I do not, but I will always respond to disrespect in a way that you will not like it. If you can't dish it out, don't. Because it will always come back. It will always come back. I think a lot of people that actually talk to me will find out I'm very respectful until you overstep the line. Don't overstep the line. Don't hide behind your keyboard.
It's true. It's true. You got to give what you can take.
Yeah,
Marv can certainly give and take it. Let's just say that.
I'm willing to take it. I get it wrong. I mean, everyone gets it wrong at some point. I mean, I love Kovacic. I think he's great. But at the beginning, I didn't think we should have paid that 40 million, and I was definitely wrong. I mean, and I liked him when he played the season before, but he's fantastic. One of our best players.
Yeah, I mean, he's been great. Alfred, how have you been? And is title race gone or is it back on?
Look,
Starting with the jokes.
Look, I'm gonna be that guy, like I always am, and say, although
Chelsea supporter.
I'm not a Chelsea supporter.
She's back.
I'm here to run N'Golo Kante prompt, who carried Chelsea throughout this entire game. But my man of the match today is Kovacic and N'Golo Kante. He does not deserve to play for Chelsea Football Club. He deserves a better football club out here. Chelsea fans are ungrateful for N'Golo Kante and what he gives.
Why are we ungrateful? Who said that? Everyone loves Kante.
Kick her out.
No, she loves Kante.
Some of your let me finish. Let me land. Some of your fan base on these Twitter spaces were running their mouths saying N'Golo Kante is always injured. We need to replace him now. I still think there's a year left in him. I know he's aging and I know he does get injured, But the way when he's not injured, what he offers to this Chelsea team in the midfield is incredible. And you guys noticed how poorly you were doing when he was injured and not available to play. You guys know what kind of impact and difference he makes in your squad. The way Kovacic was running today and the performance he made was incredible. And I'm impressed. Alonso, yet again, another stinker. I know Uncle Jester doesn't rate him, so I want to hear what he has to say. It's been a while since I've been on here, so I thought I'd make an entrance.
MCIG is my boy. MCIG is definitely my guy.
But yeah, I mean, Melina, since we'll get onto it, how did Arsenal do yesterday? Did they
Sorry,
get a win,
what?
draw?
Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
Arsenal? That small club from North London?
We're not a small club. We're rebuilding, bro.
Top spur? What's that?
Do you guys still think you're in the title race?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Alfred does.
top
Alfred is
four
very
race.
positive.
And me.
But he likes the different medication than the rest of us. So.
Respect the positivity.
No. I just understand mathematics. That's all.
Me too. I would
I
like
thought Alonso played okay.
You're
as
right.
well.
2 plus 2 is 4.
And since this is Sunday,
We need a
I wanna
striker.
welcome
We need a
everybody
striker.
to the house of CP10 as we praise that we finally have an offensive threat other than Romelu Lukaku on the team. I mean,
Now
look,
he's
what a roller coaster it was in that first half. I went from writing
First
his
20
obituary as a Chelsea player to redemption. So we all love a redemption story. We love it being a new year. Things are anew. The man came. He had a chance. He fluffed it. He didn't play very well. I thought he should have been yanked at halftime. But when the moment came and we needed him to equalize in the game, he shows
Good second half.
why he has quality.
He doesn't have a left foot, Jester.
Yeah, I know. I keep hearing that. But then he's asked to play right wing back, and he does that.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, Aspie, you got Mane there. Man, are they going to work something? Because, look, he's not a wing
Aspie
back by
played
any
well
stretch of
for whole 90
imagination,
minutes for
and
me.
he does well. But
Amen.
the team, the team overall, brilliant today. They played their hearts out for each other. They played their hearts out for the manager. So it doesn't look like there's a split anywhere in the dressing room.
No,
as
there's
far as
one
on the field you can
person.
see.
I didn't think there would be. I didn't think there would be at all. These are paid professionals. You know, one little incident is not going to let the whole team fucking collapse over something like this. You know,
It's happened before.
Alex, how about that pivot, Alex?
I'm waiting for my turn.
I'm gonna let Alex land. Alex, land it. Talk
Did
to us
anybody
about
say
Jennifer.
anything? Well, I was gonna start with. I agree with you, Josh. 100% elbow was intentional. I saw it. The reason he did it, it's because it was early in the game. It wasn't a swing elbow, but it was this elbow. So,
absolutely intentional.
People keep saying like for example, when I had a handball and the box and all that. Yeah, like you can put your hand knowing where the hand is gonna be, and you can think which way the ball is gonna go. So you don't need the look to do it. You just have what I'm saying. You don't have to do everything to know where's the hand because even if you close your eyes, you still will not miss your damn mouth with your food. You know what I'm saying? You will make it into your mouth if you're hungry. So I don't need somebody to tell me that he wasn't looking for him. I don't need the people to tell me that. I know where's his head is. I can knock it whatever. The whole thing is boxing is. You don't need to look to punch him. Sometimes it's just a reflection. Anyway, back to it. But oh my word, I eat in my words. I never thought I was gonna say it, but I thought Jorginho and not Jorginho, fucking Jorginho. Why is he always on that?
Freudian flip.
Rent free. What's his fucking Kovacic and Kante cannot play together. I haven't seen a game when they play together as good at all. I didn't think we have a complete understanding on the field before. today I eat my words.
No
Fuck
one.
Jorginho. We can change the formation, even system, even now.
Can I
put
jump
him
in?
somewhere on the same train where the other guy goes to Pizza Land and Spaghetti Land. Put him
Can
on
I-
the same flight and
Can
everything.
I jump in on the comments?
No.
There's one on there. He says like Tuchel disrespecting Ziyech. No, you're not disrespected by not playing.
Here's the
squad.
people don't know. There is a thing that called. There's apparently 3 players. I'm not gonna say where I know and what I know, but I
Oh,
know
who
is the 3
defended
players
Lukaku?
on the defended Lukaku.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I can
then
say
they can
who
all leave.
but I'm not gonna say who told me. I know it was
Alex,
Ziyech.
can I just say something about that Lukaku thing? No one's bigger than the state or the ambitions of this football club. And if you guys want to progress as you should be, then whoever is unhappy to be at this football club, you can find the exit and leave.
Yes.
A bloody
Yes.
Bama Young. He can go
Melina,
where
can we
we'll-
swap
But
our
the thing,
Aubameyang.
the thing,
I think
Alex,
I think he was treated unfairly by your manager. He needs to play every game.
Aubameyang's their only world-class player, though. For us,
Yes,
we've
I
got a lot
agree.
of-
world class, my
only.
ass.
Arsenal is shit.
Anyway,
take it,
as,
we'll
I was,
take it.
as I was in the
It's a
middle of
thumbs up.
dropping some huge kahunas. Oh, sorry, it was a lady now, and I have to cover my mouth when I speak.
Can you name the
But
players?
what I
Can
was
you name
saying is,
players?
They didn't
Oh,
name
yeah,
it Uncle Jesters
yeah,
on the tweet.
they haven't
just said
It
the
was-
players.
first-
He knows.
the people, the 3 people
Ziyech
that
and
was
Cho.
no, it was Ziyech, Cho, and Rudiger. Are
No
the ones
question.
that no, hold on, I put
This
Cho in the
takes
wrong way.
central. No one
Not
cares
Cho,
what you think.
not
Give up.
Cho.
No one cares.
Ziyech, Rudiger, and Christensen.
Oh,
Those are
shocker.
the 3 players.
Christensen can take the
Shocker.
walk, dude.
Anyway,
the Barca already.
Wait, did you
And it-
guys see the tweet where he said he doesn't feel the need he needs to apologize to Chelsea Football Club?
Oh dear God.
He's
that
not
came
on
out
Twitter.
recently.
He's not on Twitter.
he's not on
No,
Twitter.
someone,
No,
a
it was-
journalist reported it today.
Oh.
No, the
apparently-
biggest info is Tim Howard said it on live TV when he was tweeting Lukaku on the live TV on NBC Sports channel in United States. He literally texted Lukaku, and Lukaku answered it. I cannot speak right now. It's too hot. There's more meetings on Monday.
You know where it's hot? Italy. Take the train back, my man. Head on out.
I would
And that's on live. You can go and look it up. It's live that he said it. Tim Howard.
Yeah.
He used when Lukaku used to play for Everton.
Menu.
No, he did the same thing when he played
Everton.
for Man U.
Everton.
Tim
Everywhere.
Howard screwed him over on live
Tim
TV.
Howard was Everton player.
He did it
So-
everywhere.
I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on real quick and put a
I
bunch
didn't know
of
you took it off.
right. Some of the media stories that are out there. So apparently the Super League's coming back.
Yeah.
Come
And
on.
You see some big time links with 2 main Spanish clubs. I mean, apparently Barcelona.
Getafe?
Yeah, are we thinking that romelu Lukaku might end up at Barcelona or PSG? Will PSG
You really
send
think he'll take a wage cut, Uncle Jesters?
Those
he
clubs
doesn't
aren't
have
going
to.
to hire a bum like
I
that.
doesn't have
just
to if
wish
there's a Super
sometimes
League. If there's a
Roman
Super
will be
League, he doesn't
Russian,
have
like
to.
Russian the person.
He doesn't
Yes,
have
he
to
needs a
because
striker.
Icardi has gone to Juventus with Morata going into Barcelona, and we know Mbappe is on his way to Real Madrid.
Delta Conte.
Nah, I don't
I'm
want to
just saying.
Lukaku can go to Spurs. They're not going to win anything. He's won 1 trophy his whole career. Nothing's going to change.
Can we have Son back?
I'm not saying we should do it unless we're going to bring in a top tier striker. To
I'd
replace
rather
him.
play with the team we had today.
Some people were
That's
saying
true,
to bring
but
Gallagher back.
I
Bring who
think.
back?
Well, no, I
Yeah,
think that we need
Gallagher.
at least for 1 more year because Broha is not there yet, and I think Havertz is that guy that can play
Haaland's
that
there.
center forward position, but he's not there
Yes,
yet.
Marv. Yes.
And I don't think Haaland wants to come to the Premier League.
He said he doesn't
Coming
want to
to
come to the
Chelsea.
Premier League.
I mean,
so-
if I'm honest, I think we've ruined it with Haaland because Haaland's going to look
No.
and go, well, you brought Lukaku.
He wanted to
I
come.
think that's
He wanted
What
to
about
come.
Kunde?
There's no clubs that want for
Yes.
one
Well,
more.
I think Koundé and Chouameni is a done deal. I think Chouameni might even be in January.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but Uncle
think
Justice, we
Tchouaméni
had
is
this
gonna be
conversation.
Please,
We had the
Tchouaméni.
same conversation last transfer window, and what did we result in now?
And
Well,
Hazard
we
is
got
closer.
Lukaku
Hazard is
instead
closer
of
to
bringing in
Chelsea.
Koundé and Tchouaméni.
Hazard is closer to Chelsea too.
Yeah,
Hazard's
because
on
Real
most of
Madrid want to
Chelsea,
get rid of
isn't he?
Hazard. He's
He's not
warming
Bring
up
him
the
back.
bench there. Yeah.
Bring him home.
No, no, please do not bring him back.
Yes,
They
bring
couldn't
him
beat
back.
Getafe today.
We should bring in Smith Rowe and Saka.
Right.
If we can get some from a small club.
By the way,
Saka's
Oh,
linked
my
to
God.
Liverpool.
to be fair, I'll take
Melinda, this is
Saka as a
Marv. Marv, this is
backup
Miss
to
Melinda.
to
Get
James.
it off good. Get it off good.
I'll
I
take
like
Saka
Smith Rowe
as
as well.
backup to James.
But no, I think Aubameyang is a potential because he's not.
It is a
happy there.
potential. It is a big
Yeah.
potential Aubameyang to come to Chelsea.
I
It
wanted
is a
him-
big potential.
He played for Tuchel.
I-
I've always
like,
liked him.
I
really
can't
don't
tell whether
care.
you guys are taking the piss.
No,
or
no, no, no,
not.
I-
no,
I-
no, no. I'm not taking
I
the
almost
piss. I was
deleted it
completely
yesterday.
serious.
Melina, you'll know. I'm not taking the piss. I've always liked him.
No,
He's a very good
I
player.
don't like.
Nah,
I,
you
no.
guys are taking the piss.
No, I'm not.
Marv love
Here's
Aubameyang. There's
how
not many
I
players
think it's
Marv
gonna be.
loves,
Potential loan
Yeah.
loan from Arsenal. until
Newcastle
the end
want
of the season.
Aubameyang on loan.
Newcastle
Right
wants the Aubameyang too, so that's gonna
I
be
like
a little
him.
bit.
I think he's a good finisher.
now. The
He
thing is,
scores
I
a lot
don't
of
think
goals
we'll end up selling him in January because he's at AFCON. There's no pre-existing contract in place right now, and with
You just
the
Team
ju-
League.
no. Here's how it could happen with the way with what's his name, William. The way with William or like Ozil, you get on loan
like a
until
loan
run
coming
his
first.
contract.
Yeah.
So he was after wages. You don't have a fee for him. You just loan him and pay wages until his contract
He's
runs out.
out. Yeah.
That's
And
the
Tuchel likes
that's the
him. This is
option.
the thing. Tuchel really likes
That's not,
him.
I don't
He's very
think it's that
mobile.
gonna be. I hope and pray it's gonna be straight swap. I wasn't joking in the beginning. There is gonna be family reunion at Tottenham between Kante and Lukaku.
Please.
And if it will be a reunion,
I think Aubameyang's
why not
finished.
asking
I'm
for
not gonna
the-
lie. I really
why
think
not-
Aubameyang.
Why
Never
not ask
ever going to
for Kane?
happen. We don't do business with Spurs. We don't do
it's
business
the
with
Spurs don't do
Never.
business with Chelsea.
No, we
Yeah,
don't do
that's true,
business
actually.
either.
No,
I don't think
it's not
Levy will
Chelsea
do
doing
business
that.
with Chelsea.
It's-
Yeah, I
I'll
don't
take-
think Levy will do business with Chelsea.
Look,
Alex,
Look.
we get Son back.
no. I was hoping for Kane. What's Andrew? Is that a true or not true that Tottenham asked for Rudiger?
Agree, MC, agree.
I don't know.
Andrew.
There was rumors.
No,
of it.
Real
There was
Madrid.
rumours of it.
Real
Here's
Madrid
true.
don't want Rudiger anymore too.
No,
Yeah.
Andrew, you lying because there is a less
I'm not lying. I
less,
said there's
less summer
rumors. I
contract.
don't know for certain. It was just news reports.
yeah.
No,
Okay,
No,
okay,
Rudiger wanted
okay.
a $20 million.
You're not a liar.
sign-on
You're
bonus. That's why he's
80%
not
liar.
going. He wanted the $20 million sign-on bonus. That's why he's not going to Real. They said, "No, thank you. We're good with what we have."
I-
Be careful believing
No.
all these rumors.
I don't hear you, Andrew. I think your microphone is on a low
Well,
volume.
Hello,
I think
can
that
you
they're
hear me? Hello?
able to get both Holland
Yeah, I
and
can hear you now.
Mbappe, and they'd rather use their salaries, their salary cap money, and their space on those two players. Because
Ortiz, full name.
again, La Liga does have a salary
Wait,
cap. You
I'm
can't
sorry.
go above it. And would you bring in Holland and Mbappe or
Hope so.
Mbappe
Chelsea
and
will.
Rudiger?
No, I hope so.
So if that's the case, they do bring in those two players this summer. Where does Benzema go?
Yeah, let's not be disrespectful towards Melina. She's come on to talk with us nicely. Hasn't said anything offensive. That was
Yeah,
on
was
the chat box, not on with you guys.
Ooh, just send
Does
yourself
anybody
a
want to
time
answer
out
that
there.
question? Is Benzema a possibility in the summertime?
No.
Interesting.
No. He he will retire at Real Madrid.
But if
I
they
think
get
he
both
wants to.
Holland and Mbappe,
Yeah,
does he stay
if they get
there?
Haaland
We're
and Mbappe.
not gonna get Haaland. We're not gonna get Haaland.
No,
With
that
Haaland
really-
stay.
really Real
I think
Madrid.
Haaland is staying.
All we really need
I think he's staying
is
as well.
a good I mean, if we're going to buy a striker, we need someone that can play well, interlink with the other players, can run off the front three. And I know people were joking about the Aubameyang. I think Aubameyang is a good fit, and I always have thought that since I wanted him before Morata.
Not with Jorginho on a team. It's the same as Timo Werner situation. We have
Well, I
a
like
fast-paced-
I like Timo Werner.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's not gonna work with a team with Jorginho. But today, hello, people who said we cannot play against Jorginho without Jorginho.
Matt, we need to get into the ratings because
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yep.
It's a
It's
review,
ready
not
to
a
go
transfer.
when you are, Sadiq. Just
By the way, don't disrespect anyone in the chat. Yeah. Chat, don't disrespect anyone on the panel, right?
Yeah.
Guys,
Big
guys,
up, big up,
answer
big up
my
to all the
questions.
panel.
Alex, just as more. Answer my questions in private chat, please.
What?
What?
The Alonso thing.
Alonso, and do we do better when we go behind?
Hey, Sadiq, get the comments
No.
of the thingy.
No, but Alonso played
You never-
okay. I think
Alonso
the second half was good.
He was not dead food. He was just roadkill today.
He was okay in the second half. I think he made a lot of blocks, good clearances. He was okay.
No, I'm just
Tepid
making
soup.
this out of Sadiq.
Tepid soup. That's what it was.
Yeah, he's like a lukewarm soup. Not you deal with it, but apart from that.
Anyway, you
let's
want to do this, or you want me to do it?
He's exactly,
Yeah, we'll
Matt,
get into
it's
it, we'll get into
exactly
it.
how I expected him to perform. Exactly how I expected him to perform. Not,
I mean, he basically waved. He basically
Is that
waved.
me
Salah past.
or your microphone is crackling? Is that?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Andrew,
yeah.
you got sound problems, bro.
Anyway, we'll get into this.
I'll be back.
Jesters, I'll start with you. What are you giving Mendy rating?
I'm gonna give him a 9. I know they scored 2 goals. I don't think that neither one of those 2 goals was his fault, and he made some pretty good saves that kept us from losing that. So, you know what? I'm gonna revise that 8.5. I don't think some of his distribution was very good today.
Yeah.
8.5.
Melina as the neutral. What would you give Mendy?
I also don't think he deserves a 9, but then again, the goals that you conceded, I don't think he would have been able to save. I think the defense was at fault for the Salah goal, in particular Rudiger at times. So I also will give him an 8.5.
Alex.
I'll give him 8. Second goal was his fault. He got beaten near post.
Yeah,
That's the number one.
I always argue. No goalkeeper.
That's the number one thing. If you get beat far post, you get beat far post, but you shouldn't.
He should have saved it.
Yes. I mean, the fake was good. He fell for the fake, but it's just a rule. You don't get beat by the near post if you get beat on the far post.
Yeah. Marv, what would you give him?
6.5. Good saves in the second half, out of position a couple of times. I think he should have saved the second goal. Much like Alex said, he got beaten by the fake, fine, but you've got to cover the areas where you should save. I love the keeper, but I wouldn't go over a 6.5.
Mm-hmm. Alfred?
8.5 for me. Some unbelievably, remarkably good saves. I know there are some things that he could have done better, but some of those saves were just fucking unreal.
Yeah. KJ?
I was gonna say 7, but I'll bump it up to an 8. I think some of the saves he made, no normal keeper makes those saves. I mean, Ramsdale wishes. But yeah.
Man, leave Melina alone. Come on, man.
No, but on the real, I think just the saves in comparison to the goals he conceded, yes, don't get beaten by a near post. It's always bad, but I think the saves were absolutely world class. So yeah, I'll give him an 8.
Yeah, I mean, Ramsdale's too busy picking up spare change rather than saving shots. There you go. Josh, what is your rating for Mendy?
It's an 8 for me. Had we pinched a third goal, probably would have rounded him up maybe to an 8.5 or 9. But that's an 8 for me. He made 2 massive saves. Distribution was a little bit all over the place today, but yeah, 8 for me. He was good, very good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go for a 7.5. I think second goal you don't get beat by your near post, but his distribution was a bit off at times, but made some great saves, so I'll give him a 7.5. So I think overall, yeah, 7.75 if Jesters wants to go that technical is the right one. Jesters, following up with you, Rudiger, what's your rating?
Yeah, I thought Rudiger was Rudiger. It was Marcus Alonso that got burnt. It came down Rudiger's side, but for me, probably going to go 7.5. I thought he played pretty good, put a shift in. Of course, if you're playing with Alonso, you always have to be aware in defense. So I thought he played well, 7.5 for me.
Melina?
I'm giving him a 7. I think you should be doing a lot better in defense and guarding your area. I think he could have improved. I've seen a lot better from him in previous games, like the Leeds game. And I think Alonso really got burnt out. Maybe that affected him, but I expected better from him.
Alex?
Rudiger. I tell you the truth, I started to fall in love more and more with the guy, the way he's playing, the attitude. I don't know why. I was like, in the beginning, I was like, but even if he is involved in whatever he is involved in, all that, he doesn't look like has issues or anything. The guy plays throughout. So for me, I'll give him a 7. He was solid today again.
Yeah, I mean, on that, I just feel like if with the 3 names, I heard it was 2, but it could be 3. I mean, the fact that
it is 3. It is definitely 3. It's coming from the club.
Yeah, with the fact that there's 2, Christensen and Ziyech were basically completely left out, and then Rudiger started. Just maybe seems to me like maybe Rudiger's not the name, but we'll hopefully we'll come out eventually, but we'll see. Marv, I know you love Rudiger, so let's see your rating.
I'm going to go over 7. I'm not going to lie. I do believe he might have been at fault for that first goal. Not completely him. I think Chalobah had a nightmare game. But I do think that he was at fault. He lost his man a little bit. He did lose. I'm going to go for a 7 only for Rudiger because I think the rest of the game he was solid. He got stuck in. He doesn't let the team get bullied. And when Thiago Silva doesn't play, he's the only leader at the back we have. And when then they both can't play, we have severe problems. Severe. And it's something that could be a problem if we cannot let him go. 7.
Yeah. Alfred, what would you give?
Yeah, I'll say 7.5, and I completely agree with Alex about how he always shows such dedication, and it definitely doesn't look like somebody who wants to leave, who's getting ready to leave. I'm starting to really, really hope as well that that we can somehow get him to stay.
Yeah. KJ, what would you give Rudiger?
7. I don't care what Rudiger says about Lukaku, allegedly. Give him the contract, give him whatever money he wants.
What did he say?
Put the paper down, put the pen. Just I don't know. If he backs
Apparently he's one of the 3 that thinks Lukaku hasn't done anything wrong.
I can't imagine that, considering he's like Tuchel was the one who revived him from the dead. I just can't see that. I can see it with Ziyech.
No. I'm not. It wasn't saying that he was didn't see nothing wrong. It wasn't that. It was saying that change the formation and support of that. Nobody is saying that it was. You see what I'm saying? Nobody is saying something stupid. What Lukaku said, he's done the right thing.
Okay.
The people saying that the system, like, we're not happy with Tuchel's system. That's what it was.
Crazy after winning the Champions League.
Yeah, I would have thought Christensen loves a back 3. So
this system saves Christensen's career.
I understand Ziyech completely because Ziyech not
no wing
at all. Rudiger, I think, can play in both, so I don't think.
Apparently, Tuchel said that the meeting is scheduled with Lukaku tomorrow.
Cool. Send him away, please.
I hope it's for the flight ticket. Like, who's paying for it?
Anyway, KJ, what was your rating for Rudiger?
7.
7.
Josh, what's your rating?
I'm going to give him a 7.5. A 7 for his play. I thought he was really, pretty strong today, and I'm going to give him an extra half point for his energy. I thought he brought incredible energy
for his looks or something. Like 7
he had a clean haircut. He looked fit. And gets an extra. No. I thought his energy and his attitude throughout the game was exceptional. If you're gonna let Asby and Christensen go, just pay Rudiger whatever he wants. Even if it's even in the long run, if it's $50,000 a year too much, and at the end of the day, I thought you should probably just go ahead and do it. But yeah, I thought he was really good today. I'd give him a 7.5. Again, had to be 1, maybe an 8, but 7.5 for his overall performance.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
What I said on the interview was a clear red card from money was done to him.
No, 100%. I don't think you can really argue it.
Sorry, Matt. I keep interrupting you. I'm not going to.
We got a bunch of players to roll through. What do you got, Matt?
I'm going a bit harsh. I'm going to go say 6.5 because I think when you look at the second goal, he was the one that initially lost Salah in that run. So I'm not saying he's the main culprit for the goal, but he's one of the guys at the error. Then people were arguing the first goal as well. Maybe he had an error as well. So I'm not going to give him the massively high rating because I have higher standards for Rudiger. So I'll give him 6.5.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So I think 7 overall is fair.
Yeah, 7 overall is fair. Just as you want to go, Thiago?
Yeah, Thiago. How many superlatives can you say about this man? He needs to have the armband. Is the only other thing I will say. To me, he's an 8. He's an 8 when he steps on the pitch, just because we're so much better with him there. I saw one missed pass place that went out of pass that went out of bounds. Other than that, 8.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can go through this one quite quickly. Melina, what would you give it, Thiago?
7.5, solid. Did a job, tried to keep Jota off the ball and was good at man marking. Sometimes misplaced passes could have been better, but solid.
Alex?
Which player?
Thiago Silva.
Thiago Silva.
6. He was giving away the ball too much.
Marv?
For Thiago Silva, I'm only going to go for a 6.5. I don't think he played amazingly well today. A few random balls. The whole of the defense, no more than 6.5 or 7 as a whole, because in second half, I think they did all right, but kept getting caught. I think he did okay, but he's been way better than this.
Yeah. Alfred?
7.
KJ?
7.5.
And Josh?
7 for me. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I agree. I think 7. I think it weren't his best game, but did okay. Again, I have high standards for Silva, so that's why I'll be a bit more harsh.
Well, he kind of set up his own standards.
That's true, yeah. We'll go into Chalobah. I think this will be an interesting one. Jesters, what would you give Chalobah?
5. Cost us the goal.
Yeah. Melina, what do you think?
5. Very poor mistake for Sadio Mane's goal. Came off with a knock. I mean, could have done a lot better. Not good enough.
Yeah, Alex?
4.
Marv?
You don't kick with the ball with the head.
Actually, I'm with Alex on this one. 4. I think he was shocking. Mistake after mistake after mistake. I think I was surprised it didn't get stated as much as it did. I mean, he really struggled, and even in the second half, there was balls coming from defense from like Van Dijk and whoever else, and he was still getting beaten. I mean, he did well to get a couple of nice challenges in, but I don't think he's ready to play this many games. And yet he's a good young player. He's got a lot of ability, but I still think we should have signed Kunda and eased him in, because we're playing tough games and he's not quite looked himself. He was at fault, in my opinion, for the goal against Brighton and as well, which didn't really get mentioned in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm going for a 4 here.
Yeah, Alfred, what would you go for?
Well, apart from the mistake on the goal, I actually thought that he recovered quite well, and played quite decent after that. So I'm going to give him a 6.
Fair
Bye,
enough.
Melina.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Take care, Melina.
Take care, everyone.
See you, Melina.
See ya.
KJ, what would you go for?
Give him a 5, and I agree with Marv. And I've always felt this about Chalobah, man. He's still someone that's developing. I don't think we should force him into a squad, especially like this. And in this period, he's someone that's still developing. He's not a complete product, as you can see. So I don't know. There's still elements missing about his game. I mean, it's the simple things. Going for a header instead of trying to at least chest it, look up, pass. I mean, those are simple things that a defender should do, especially a centre back. So I'm not too jazzed about him. But there is still room to grow. I think he's still a good player, but he's just still developing. We shouldn't put too much emphasis on him.
Yeah. Josh, what would you give Chalobah?
Yeah, I'll be quick. It's a 6 for me. It's responsible for one of the goals. Played pretty decent in the second half, but overall it's a 6.
I just want to clarify. 6, it's average, right? 6 is average, right?
Correct.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, I mean, I would give him a 5. I think the thing that annoys me, I'd be less annoyed if he just miskicked it and it went to Mane. I just don't understand why have you gone for a header in the first place. If you miskick it, then it is a mistake, but it's just it's unlucky. It's what it is.
Maybe he likes Mane. That's why he bent over in front of him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't worry, John Terry class will be in session soon. He'll get a lesson from the king.
I think he's been poor the last couple of games. I think he has struggled with a lot of.
John Terry is in kids, both kids, not adult team.
Yeah.
I said soon. I said soon.
Kid anyway.
You might see Lukaku in training.
Yeah, that will be hilarious.
But
John Terry coaching Lukaku.
Yeah, we just 2-foot him straight away. But yeah, I think Chalobah's come in and out of the team with injuries, and I think again apparently he had a little bit knock. So I think it might just be time just to give him a little bit of a rest, give him a couple games out, let someone else come in, maybe Aspi has to fill in or Christensen, and then he can just come back in when he's had a little bit of rest, and then come in and just build that momentum again. I'm not going to go too harsh on him because I think he's been a good player and he's done really well this season. I didn't expect this from him. But yeah, I think he just maybe needs just a couple games out. But we'll see how it goes. We'll go into Sadiq's favourite player, Alonso. Jesters.
Yeah, man, this guy just can't be asked to have him at my football club anymore. 4.5.
Alex.
What player? Alonso. Yeah, he could be pretty easy for.
Marv.
5.5. I think that he wasn't that bad in the second half. He really did pick it up. He added a nice amount. I don't think it was as bad as people say. I could argue for a 6, really, but I'll go with 5.5.
Alfred.
No one deserves Lukaku. Come on.
Look,
Apart from Travis.
I'm going to say 5 as well. He annoyed me a bit when he had that good chance to score. I think he should have at least hit the target instead of smashing it into the ground.
Yeah, so close.
But it is what it is. I agree with Marv. I don't think he was terrible, to be honest. But I'll say 5.
KJ.
He did more than Mount. Yeah, true.
You know what? I can't lie. I'm gonna give him a 7.5.
Whoa!
Motherfucker, that guy deserves a 4. He was terrible, bro. He's literally the worst. That guy's so bad. He's so bad. I'm sorry.
You don't like Alonso?
No, listen. Let me be honest. I'll give him a 5.5. He had a bad game. He had a terrible game, but it wasn't the worst. I don't think he played as bad as he usually does. I think he was quite stable, or especially around this side.
Kojo strong.
I mean, there was that one opportunity where he did take the shot. He could have passed in to Havertz, I believe, who was wide open. He could have just tapped it in.
Yeah, he should have.
So it's just one of those things about his game. But yeah, 5.5. That's just me being generous.
Yeah, Josh. I don't expect a good rating from you either, but
no, I'll give him a 6. I thought he was average. He for me, he was most responsible for the solid goal. He wasn't terrible today. He actually played okay. Second half, he was much better. Had a couple of chances he might have been able to do something with, but for me, it was about an average Alonso game, average game. I'll give him a 6. I think that's fair.
yeah, I mean, I would agree. I'm going to give him a 6. I think he made that mistake for the Salah goal and basically waved him along. But apart from that, I think he did all right. I'd say average Alonso performance. That's why I'm going to give him an average 6. Marv, there's a lovely comment from Don Raymond who said, Chelsea fans are horrible. Lukaku did nothing wrong. He has every right to express himself. As Lukaku's biggest fan, do you want to just answer that?
I mean, Chelsea fans may be a lot of things, ambitious, excited to be part of, the best club in the world. Lukaku did not. Okay, so let's review some of the evidence. Inter are the best fans in the world. What about, he was even given an opportunity to say, what about Lautaro? He said he loved playing with Lautaro. It was like, telekinetic, whatever it was. He says, how about Lautaro at Chelsea? He goes, no, Lautaro can stay at Inter, me there. Now, when you're 90 million and you make nearly over 400k a week and you say this, how on earth is this not wrong? Does anyone who is defending Lukaku, can you please tell me what was fine about this? At least don't just say, blanket statement, he said nothing wrong. This system is the system of a Champions League winning team. The reverse of this is one player that has won one trophy in his fucking career, and it was when the second place team was Atalanta. I mean, get a grip, dude. This is a player that has scored empty goals his entire career. He's played for 4 big clubs, if you include Belgium, and he's won absolutely nothing. Who is he to ask for a system change? Who is he to ask for anything? He should be lucky that we actually took him out of that bum league and took him to Chelsea. He is lucky to play here. And he should never play here again. And unfortunately, that won't happen because of the price that he's cost. But he should never play here again. How on earth is that not wrong to the fans that have backed you? There are many stupid fans in the fan base that thought he actually did love the club. Thankfully, I'm not one of those. But even then, he said the fans were cheering his name and everything. This is the same guy, by the way, that said he wanted Real Madrid to win the Champions League when we're in the semi-final. The same guy that people said, but he loves the club. He can't wait to come back. Guys, you need to seriously take an IQ test. I mean, I'm trying not to insult you, but please stop being so stupid.
Marv, the interview even sets him up with that Latura question. He's like, Latura to Chelsea? That'd be cool, right? He even sets him up, gives him a chance to like maybe land a little bit of Chelsea love. And he's like, no. At Inter, stay at Inter. That's where we'll go. Like,
we
come
got
on,
about
man.
30 minutes. We got to get these.
I'm sorry, I just want to close it out. Why do people back the players that don't care about the club more than the players that do? I don't get it. It's the same with Cho, by the way. They say he loves the club, but he handed in a transfer request when he was 18 because he wasn't playing every game. And Lukaku is definitely immature, but, he did this everywhere he's been. And, you guys still thought he was the best thing since sliced bread and he was the perfect alternative to Haaland. And if you did think that, then I'm sorry, but you are stupid. I'm really sorry. I'm trying not to insult you, but it's impossible. It's impossible. I'm sorry.
Can I just say quickly?
Guys, I gotta go piss out. I gotta go put my daughter to bed. The speech is put my daughter to sleep, so I gotta go. I'll see you guys.
See you, brother.
Guys, seriously, I'll see you later, guys. Fuck Lukaku.
He got that one in. So we gotta go to Kovacic, huh?
But Pulisic is problem. That Taha Kareem, Pulisic holding the badge. And, Pulisic's played right wing back. He's played everywhere. He's been injured. And he's never said anything bad about the club. He has fought every single time. Same as all the other players that weren't playing last year. Tammy Abraham, I don't rate him a lot, but he was not even getting any chances. And he didn't complain because that's what professionals do.
Yeah, I mean, let's. Yeah, I mean, the Lukaku thing we can talk about all day, so we'll get into that in another stream, but we'll get on to probably my man. Go on.
Can I just say quickly, look, I know why people are upset, right? But at the end of the day, the man has whatever his love for Inter and whatever. Did we buy him to say that he loves Chelsea and he loves our fans and not have any feelings for Inter? Or did we buy him to come onto that fucking pitch, score some goals and help us get some results?
He's done neither.
In the bullshit. In the last couple of games, he scored 2 goals.
He's scored 7. He's scored 5 league goals so far. And that's 7 in total. And
how many games has he missed though as well?
Yeah, but he's also played a lot of games, and we're still in 3rd. So, we're not really doing anything special.
Yeah.
Well,
look, that's fair enough. I agree. I agree with a lot of the things that you said, but at the same time, I just think in the current situation we're in, with all our injuries and COVID shit, and the fact that, like I said, he has been on form his past couple of games. We could have used him in this game.
Okay, it's like herding cats. We got to get back to these Rangers.
We can talk about this,
or we're going to be out of time.
Yeah. Sorry.
Right, so, my man of the match, Kovacic. Jesters, what are you going with?
Yeah, what I said Thiago was an 8 point or an 8, so I'm guessing 8.5. Actually, no, he scored, didn't he?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I'm gonna go 9 then, because I don't think he
Fair
could have
enough.
done much more from his position.
Marv?
I'm going for 8. I thought he was absolutely fantastic from start to finish. Really great. He's become better and better and better playing. I could even give him an 8.5 really, but I'm not going to give anyone over like an 8, I think, because we didn't win. But absolutely brilliant performance from Kova.
Alfred?
Oh yeah, I completely agree. I'll say
Agree,
an 8
Vincent.
as well.
Agree, Vincent Flores. Yeah. Sorry, continue.
No, I was just saying that I completely agree with what you said, and I'm going to say 8 as well.
Agree, Habe as well. Habe, CFC. I agree with that completely.
KJ, I'll let you go on Kovacic, your father.
10. He had a perfect game. And he kind of reminds me of the Inter Milan Kovacic. He's probably reaching levels higher than that. I think he had a perfect game. There's only one stat that he was equal to in the game, and that's... Wait, hold on. Okay, no, we'll get on to that later. But just 10. I have too many good things to say about him. Let's just keep moving.
Yeah,
Just keep moving.
I mean, Josh, I think. Josh, you there?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's an 8 for me, man of the match. I could see an 8.5 easily, but yeah, he was fantastic today.
So we go
Yeah.
8.5 is fair.
I mean, for me, I'm just going to call me reactionary, but I'll give him a 10 just for the goal, let alone the rest of the performance. So,
All right, put him to a 9.
but there you go. I mean, it was a wonderful goal. So there you go. We'll move on to the other midfielder who was nearly just as good, Kante. Just as what you go, Kante.
Well, I thought he was a step behind Kovacic because again didn't score, but N'Golo Kante is N'Golo Kante, and when he is right, we're a different team, and we don't need a certain Italian guy. Who I'm bringing it back. I dusted it off. I took it out of mothballs. You think he's a Ferrari, but he's really a Fiat. We just showed that we don't need a number 5 on the pitch with this performance. This is our best pivot. So N'Golo Kante, since the overarching thing was Kovacic a 9, I'm going to say Kante is an 8 for me.
Fair enough. Marv, what would you go with?
I'm going to go for 8.5. I think Kante was, again, unbelievable. I mean, these are two of the best midfielders at the club, aren't they? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I like Jorginho too. I think Jorginho's a good player, but I think in terms of what they both offer, it's a little bit more because they both got a lot of industry. Both are really good at dribbling. Kovacic is amazing at turning and getting away from players. Did you see that spin from Kante earlier and that pass straight through to Alonso? It was just absolutely magnificent. What a performance. I'm going to go for, give me 8.5 for Kante.
Alfred?
Yeah, 8.5 from me as well. The man is a fucking horse. I cannot get over his work rate. He's phenomenal. Had a very good game. Yeah, 8.5.
KJ?
I'll give him a 9. I thought he was sensational as always. And the pairing with Kovacic is probably a match made in heaven, if we're being honest. Like I said in the beginning, they offer such mobility that we need in the squad. Both of their first touches are almost immaculate. They're able to.
Agree, Habe. This Habe CFC's my guy. Sorry.
No, it's cool. Yeah, man. I just think in terms of just having dynamic forwards, this is what we need going forward. I don't see anyone better than this two pairing. I don't even see the need to bring on Jorginho at this point. I mean, he played, but he was absent. So it just goes to show you that when you have two dominating forces up front, you can see the levels of quality. So 9.
Yeah, and Josh?
Yeah, it's an 8 for me. I thought he was fantastic as well. Started a little slow, but yeah, I mean, he was driving the ball, beating up balls defensively. I thought he was very good. It's an 8 for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go 8.5. I think he did very well. His usual stuff. Obviously not as good as Kovacic, but there you go, 8.5. We'll move on to Aspi. Jesters.
6. Probably the best game he's played for us in some time. Still I thought we got beat down that side too much, whether it was mainly on Chalobah or if it was both of them. I don't know. But sorry, 6 for me. Thiago Silva runs that team.
Marv?
This Aspie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bit controversial. I'm going to say 4. I personally believe, and I know it's not a popular opinion, I think he was the worst player on the pitch apart from maybe Chalobah, which I just think he was poor the whole game. I mean, he gets the ball and just balloons it and hopes. And it's happened for a long time now. Like, there's no composure at all. When we could have created an attack, we went 1, 2, 3, gave it to Aspie, and he just smacked it in the air every single time. And again, yeah, he's been beaten too much. I personally think he's almost done. I wouldn't actually give him a new deal for the end of this season. And he's done great for the club. He really has. But we've got to call a spade a spade. And for me, he was absolutely miles off.
Yeah. Alfred, what would you give Aspie?
I'll say 6.
Fair enough. And KJ?
I'll say a 6.5. And I'll say this, I think in fairness to Aspie, to contend with Mane for almost the whole game, it was quite challenging for him. He's not the paciest defender. Going up front, I thought he was decent. I thought he linked up well with Pulisic in some spells. Same with Kante going into the attack. So I don't think he was bad, but definitely he is showing his age. Yes, 6/5. You know what? To be fair, you know what? I'll what did I say? Alonso 5.5. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Don't change my opinions. Yeah, 6.
Yeah, I mean, Josh, what would you give Aspie?
Yeah, 6.5 for me. He was fairly sturdy defensively. Left a little bit wanting offensively, but he was decent. 6.5 for me.
And yeah, I mean, I would go 6. I think very average. I do agree with Marv. I think it is probably time for him to go, especially if we do move to a back 4 in the future. I don't think he could play right back or right wing back. But I mean, he's had a good run at Chelsea, so I think he does deserve to go out on his own way. So yeah, 6. Jesters, we'll start with Mount first. We'll leave Pulisic to the end.
So he had 50 touches, lost the ball 17 times.
17 times, lost the ball.
Yeah. Failed to make an impact of the game. I'm going to say a 5. He was below average. He puts his normal running around, but for me, that only gets you to a 5. You're on there to create or score. So,
yeah, Marv, what would you give?
5, flat 5. I think he ran around a bit, but in the front 3, there's nothing there. There is nothing there. I like the player, but and I've said it, we've got to have the conversation soon. It does need to be had about where he's been, because for me, he's been pretty bad for most of the season. And I know a lot of people don't want to mention it. Sadiq said, I do like Mount. I really like Mount. There is only 2 players that I'm contentious with in this whole squad, and it isn't Mount. But no, I think it was just dire. He didn't offer nothing in attack. The only thing he offered was that random swipe that got nowhere near the goal, which he probably could have scored and taken a touch because Van Dijk had committed to it. But he's a good player, but he has not played well for a long time. I would go for 5, and I think he's much better deeper. I think if anyone was whining about the system, he should be the one, because his position in midfield is gone, because he's not as good as Kante and Kovacic. And when all the team are fit, he's not as good, and people are going to hate this, but he's not as good as what he does as Timo Werner in that front 3. And he's not as good as Pulisic as what he does in that front 3. And I know that's a super unpopular opinion because Pulisic is not English or whatever, but it's a simple fact. It's a simple fact. And it's not hate. It's not bias. It's not agenda, which is always used wrong, or racism. They're both white. But he has not played well for a long time, and I would challenge anyone that says otherwise. It's always been our most. It's the same Cho excuse. They use he's the most creative player, scored all his goals, but if he wasn't padding the games against Burnley and Norwich, then hasn't really done that enough for me. 5. Cho hate is back. Cho hate never left.
Alfred, what would you give Mount?
Yeah, I'm going to say 5 as well.
KJ?
5. I think the unfortunate thing for Mount is we've got a number 8 and we've got a number 10, so it's really just trying to slot him wherever now at this point. The system is definitely not doing him any favors. I rated Alonso higher than Mount.
Me too.
Once in a blue moon. But I mean, it just shows. When I was looking at his stats right now, juxtaposed against Kovacic. I mean, he's supposed to be getting Kovacic's stats. That's the kind of guy we expect from Mount. So yeah, it's disappointing. I agree with everything Marv said.
Yeah,
He is
Josh.
taking up a space. Yeah, Xavi's right. I think he is taking up a space in the attack.
Yeah, it's a 5 for me. I completely agree with everything Marv said. I actually do like Mount, but the man is a attacking 8, and that is it. He's done a decent job this year, getting some goals and assists. And you're right. If he's going to be the one, if anyone's complaining about a system change, it should be him. Basically, he's spot on everything Marv said. But yeah, it's a 5 for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to sound really harsh, and I'm going to be ready to take the hate from the comment section. But I'm going to give him a 4. I'm going to give him.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to give him a 4.5. He's not worse than Chalobah, so I have to be fair with that. But if I'm honest, Halloween was 3 months ago. Mount don't need to be a ghost anymore. He's
right about that 3 goals.
You need to stop. You need to stop it. You need to actually do. You need to do something. And like now, before in the last couple of games, he's got a goal and assist, and that's kind of kept everyone quiet about him doing the rest of the game. But he hasn't got that today. He's been absolute ghost. Hasn't really done nothing in this entire game. It's just frustrating me. I do agree. I think he needs to play further back in midfield because he's not good enough to play in the front three. I've always said that.
You listened to Marv when they said we needed a 1v1 winger 2 seasons ago. No one listened.
Oh yeah. I mean,
we
do
only have one in the squad.
We've only got one. Yeah, there's it. One. Pulisic. That's it.
We'll move on to Havertz. Jesters.
I know we didn't see a whole lot of Havertz, but he created the first chance of the game.
Yeah.
I thought some of his link up play and hold up play was good, especially toward the end of the game before he came off. There was one chance where he could have gone at the defender and tried to make something, but it was like 2-on-4, and he held on to it and let everybody catch up. I thought that was great. But I can't go amazing for him. I gave him out a 5, probably Havertz a 5.5 or at most a 6.
Yeah. Marv, what would you give him?
Havertz, I'm going to go for a flat 6. I'm going to give a little bit of leeway because of him being out of the team for so long, right? That's the thing. When we judge players for having maybe bad games, we've got to take into account when was the last time he actually played, like properly? It's been a while, so it's his first game. I thought he was all right. His work rate was fantastic. He created that chance that we probably should have scored, but yeah, he wasn't amazing. So I mean, but you're right. I'll say a flat 6.
Alfred.
I'm going to say 5.
KJ.
55. That's a good performance.
Jeez. I agree with Marv. I'm going to say 6. And to his credit, if you guys have ever had COVID, when you come back from it, your fitness does take a knock. And for the simple fact that he hasn't played as much games and he came back against a strong Liverpool team, I mean, and he played the way he did, I'll give him a 6. I think he was decent. He had some good link-up play. Created the opportunity. He could have had a goal had Alonso passed. Yeah.
Josh.
It's a flat 6 for me. I pretty much agree with KJ and Marv. He gets a lot of a COVID tax for me. Just his first game back in a while. he gets a week of leniency, but he moved well. Thought he passed the ball well. Yeah, 6.
Agree with Habe there. Agree.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with a flat 5, and I'm not going to be hypocritical. I'm not going to say just because Havertz done a lot of good work off the ball that gives him a good grade. Like I said with Mount, I think he did a little bit more than Mount, and I think overall I need to see more from Havertz because I get you're young, but you're you're a 72 million pound player, and as I've seen, you can't. People will go in. You don't have to do anything for the rest of your career because you scored 1 goal in the Champions League final. That is not Chelsea standard. That's Tottenham or Arsenal standard if they ever have got to a Champions League final. But
it's how they feel about Son when he scored 1 goal in a semi-final once.
Exactly. So we need to.
Our standard is the top.
I need to see more, and I still do not really understand where Havertz fits in, especially if we do decide to go to a quarterback next season. I've always been unsure of where Havertz actually fits in at Chelsea, and I've still never had that answer really given to me by anyone. So
yes, very true.
It's one of them things we'll have to wait and see in a long time how that works. We'll move on to the final player in the starting lineup, Mr. Christian Pulisic, scored the equaliser. Jesters, what are you giving your man?
Yeah, I can't go over a 7 because he fluffed the chance in the first half. He had some bad play here and there, but when he was the only forward that looked like he was ever going to score, none of the other two even looked like they were dangerous.
I agree with Habe. I agree with you, Habe, in the comments. Yeah.
So for me, 7, can't go any higher.
Marv,
6.5 for Christian because I think that the first off, he missed that. You can't say anything when he misses that chance. However, the way that he came back from it was brilliant. I mean, he scored that goal. He saved us from a loss. And he was great continuously after that until he then got shoved out wide again to the wing-back role, which I don't know why they did it. However, he's been playing out. And one thing that doesn't seem to get enough is people saying, oh, but Pulisic isn't doing anything, much like Cho or whatever. But, how many times have any of these other players played centre forward and wing-back all of the games and not in his natural right or left side?
I mean, in terms of the Cho Pulisic debate, I'm going to just lay one stat. In one game against Burnley, Pulisic nearly scored more goals than Cho has in his entire Chelsea career.
Yeah, and that's
not if that's not levels on a player, I don't know what is. But
it's all about fandom. Like even with the XP's comments, they you're saying about the COVID. Callum Hudson-Odoi hasn't had COVID for 5 years. When you're a winger, and I don't think wingers should be judged on only goals because some wingers do other stuff like they create goals or they open up spaces or they can 1v1 their man, which exploits spaces in behind. And let's be fair, let's pretend that we all are equals here and not going with bias because of colour and other stuff, and just actually see what does Callum Hudson-Odoi do any of those things. Does he do any of those things? Now, even if you do like Pulisic or you do like Cho, you should like them all because we're Chelsea fans. But Pulisic does deliver when he plays in this position. The only argument I have for Pulisic is the injuries, but he does deliver. I pretty certainly scored more than 4 goals.
No, I mean, I was saying that in one match against Burnley.
No, I agree. No, I mean that he scored more than 4 goals in his Chelsea career, right?
Yeah, I think
so that should have killed the debate this season.
He scored 3 goals this season.
Yeah, Sadiq, you might be right about the consistency, but wasn't this the first game he's played in his actual position in like 9 games or something like that?
Since Crystal Palace.
Yeah, and he scored there. Now, I am critical. I'm a critical fan, but we're criticising a guy that's played in false 9. I mean, it's false 9. I mean, they're expecting him to be a back-to-goal player, and he's got no strength and power. So what is he going to do? He's not a back-to-goal player. He's a winger. And he's not a wing-back because he's also fairly weak physically. And the wing-backs need a bit more athleticism, and he's also not really got that. So, I'm all for blaming sometimes players and they're not doing anything. But you can blame him for that miss today, but he still recovered from it. Without the goal, we might lose this game. So we've got to be real. 6.5.
Yeah. Alfred?
Yeah, I like Alonso Sadiq. You're on the wrong guy here. Sorry, continue.
No, that's okay. 7.5 for me. I liked his effort all game. I thought it was fantastic. I really loved the way he took his goal. But of course, people are going to still criticize him just because he didn't fucking score that other chance that he had. Because people are always going to look for something to say. Yeah, but no, 7.5 for me. I think he had a great game.
He's a great player. We will miss him. We will miss him. If we sell him, we'll miss him.
I completely agree.
I'll give him a 7. And just to add on to Miles' point, you can't expect a player that plays out of position to build any chemistry with any of the players. It doesn't make sense. For a player his type, his strongest suit is on the wings. And he had a poor first half, but he changed his mentality in the second half. We saw that he is our best attacker, if we're being honest. He's our most dynamic attacker as well. He was the only one that looked like he was going to score again. He linked up so well with Mount and Havertz and Cho when he came on. It almost is a testament to the fact that at peak levels, Pulisic is our best player. So I don't think it's fair to write him off simply due to the fact that he's been playing all over the show. We can't criticize a man that's built no chemistry with any one of these players, and that's a fact. So I won't be too harsh on him. I'm not going to speak too much on Cho. Well, we'll get to him, but 7, man, I think it's only fair. He should have scored the first opportunity he got, but he made up with it with a goal. So what do you want? You can't knock a man. He scored, and he should have scored again. So 7 for me.
Real quick on the chemistry issue. Apparently, there's a report, and I don't know if it's banter or if it's true, that I guess the first time Pulisic met with Lukaku, he made fun of his accent, and they haven't spoken since.
That's a joke.
It is a joke?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a joke made by a fake account, but I did find it funny. Josh, what would you give Pulisic?
Yeah, for me, it's an 8. I don't think we have any more legitimately disrespected player on the team than Pulisic. His record actually at left wing this year is pretty great. If you look at his actual, I think his last 3 starts at left wing, he's got 3 goals. Probably could have scored a second goal today. I'll be honest. I think he was just when you watch it back, you just would rather him just get a foot on it. I think he tries to place it a little bit, and then probably better for him just to get anything on it. But I thought he was very good today.
Was that the half volley?
He scored
the one where he dove in the second half, where he dove and flicked it, and it went right at the keeper.
Yeah, I mean, when you look back at it though, it hits Mount, Mount heads it, and then it deflects off Liverpool player, so it does take a slight deflection. So that's kind of harder to judge. So I don't class it as one of these big misses for Chelsea.
Right. Yeah. I give him credit though for the effort on the ball. That's more what you're looking for. He really legitimately gets out and tries to at least get a foot on it.
He scored 16. Pulisic in his Chelsea career in the Premier League alone, he scored 16 goals. It's a pretty decent return for a guy that's had a lot of injuries.
And like I said, I probably get as much as Jester does about being a Pulisic fan, but these are the reasons why I'm a fan of his. Again, his last 3 starts at left wing, he's got a goal in each game.
Exactly.
He showed a nice left foot.
I've just seen
the
American Bergwijn. Jesus, do not compare him to a Tottenham player.
Yeah, no, he's and to me, I thought just the versatility alone of him being able in the second half to drop to right wing back, and Chalobah being hurt, Tuchel, he didn't look happy that he had to do that. He looked like, okay, well, he wasn't expecting to have to pull Chalobah off an injury, but he still, I thought, did really well at right wing back in the second half. He made a couple of nice deflections towards the end of the game. Well. And by no means I think he's a great right wing back. I don't want him playing there, but he does a job, and that's just a bit of versatility that he provides.
But for me, Marcus Alonso shit, is he?
Yeah.
Every other comment for Sadiq has got to have Alonso in there.
Sadiq has
an 8 for me, though, overall.
He does have a good point. He has a good point,
He is right, because Alonso has done good for the club, and he's done good for the club for quite a while. And he is kind of very disrespected.
Yeah. I mean, my rating for Pulisic, I'd give him a 7. I think the chance, why it wasn't the worst. Because the thing is, I don't blame him for going around the goalkeeper, but trying to go around the goalkeeper because Pulisic's done it many a times and it's succeeded. So you don't blame him for doing that. Maybe he just could have took the easier option. But there you go. But yeah, the amount of times a Chelsea player misses a chance, all of them you could make that point to, not just any particular one that fits your agenda. But it's about how you react from it, and most Chelsea players don't react from them. Pulisic's come and reacted with such a beautiful goal as well after Kovacic done his beautiful goal.
We didn't see that reaction. It's a big impact. We didn't see that reaction. It's Xavi saying excuses all the time, but we didn't see that reaction at Man United when other wingers missed, right? So when Pulisic does it, why are we then not allowed to praise those things? Because he brought us back into the game. I mean, and I don't want to keep talking about Cho a lot because I keep getting accused of being a hater. I'm not a big fan, but he did miss those 2 chances and it did cost us results. And it doesn't matter if it's me saying it or the stat sheet saying it is still true.
I mean, I'm not being funny. The miss is still a big miss. I'm saying that he could have done, but it was a big miss. I was swearing in the first 5 minutes. I was going absolutely crazy, especially because after the goal went, and that was, you could technically argue if Pulisic scored that, the first goal wouldn't have gone in as well. So I was very annoyed with it, and I was waiting. I was seeing loads of Pulisic excel, and I was like, I can't really back it. I can't really I can't really answer back from it. But he got his goal, and he done really well. And consistently, when Pulisic is put in that position, he's stepping up at the moment, especially this season. I just think he needs a bit of consistency. And that's the thing. Whenever people say about the Callum thing, I've got an agenda against Callum. Well, my ideal front three has both Pulisic and Callum in it, so I don't really have it kind of defeats that. I mean, I know Marv doesn't, but I don't
and it's not. I don't hate him. I just don't think he's a very good player, and I don't know how that becomes me hating him. I just don't think Callum Hudson.
Anyone that doesn't rate a player suddenly gets put in an agenda. But you've got to understand the context. Go on,
Matt.
No, Musa. William was a good player.
I wanted you to say this, right? Why are you giving Alonso credit for getting us back in it when we were in trouble from him in the first place? He gave away the penalty against Leeds. So don't give him credit for getting us back in it when we're already in the shit with him. Alonso is average, and he was average today, and that's all I expect from him. So I saw Sadiq with his Alonso propaganda, with his Alonso messages. Alonso got us in trouble, and that's why we had to get back into the game against Leeds. He keeps forgetting that, doesn't he? He lets that one slide and he gives away a penalty. But, what's the diff? Pulisic didn't give away a penalty. That's the difference. Pulisic may have missed the chance, but he actually took it. Alonso is average, and we need better than Alonso in a left back, that's for sure.
Yes, Mr. Roboto is back. Mr. Roboto is back.
I mean, Alonso is just as average as Andrew's mic at the moment. But anyway, I mean,
we got to move because I know Sadiq's got to end it soon.
We'll quickly go through the substitutions. I mean, to be honest, they didn't really get too much time, so we give a flat 6
none of them had the time, really.
No, not Apple. NA, because they weren't. NA, I don't think they were really influential.
NA for them all because they didn't have any time really to do anything. It's only like 10 minutes, so you can't really criticize any of them really.
But Jorginho had a little bit longer, I believe.
Yeah.
But still, I don't.
Yeah, none of them really did too much.
Can't give Cho anything because he didn't have enough time really. So what really can you do?
You want to rate Tuchel real quick?
Yeah,
I think he deserves it. For me,
Jesters,
a 10. With everything going on, you got a team that was probably supposed to be supposedly minus their best player in attack, come in and play that way against that team, even though they had their issues too. For me, coaching masterclass 10.
Yeah, I'm going for 10 for Tuchel as well. I love the lineup. I loved how he handled it. I think he did the right thing.
Alfred?
8.5. Unpopular opinion, should not have dropped Lukaku, but we still, it was still a good lineup regardless. We ended up playing quite well, except for, going fucking 2-0 down pretty quickly. But after that, it was just, the rest of the game was really quite good from everyone.
Yeah. KJ.
I give him, you know what, a 10. I give him a 10. Popular opinion, definitely should have dropped Lukaku. No player is bigger than the club. That's just simple. It doesn't matter if the player is flipping Eden Hazard or any one of those guys. No player is bigger than the badge of the club, and that's just the right call from Tuchel. I would have made the same call as well. It just shows that the power needs to definitely shift back to management rather than the players, because the players are solely responsible for loss of our 5 managers leaving the club. So yeah, man, definitely the right call. I hope Lukaku learns from this, and yeah, I hope he's gone, to be honest, because personally, I don't have love for him like that anymore.
I never did. I'm out.
I mean, Josh.
Or
No,
Andrew.
not Josh. Andrew.
9.
9. I would go
9.
with.
I thought he made a. Why you can still hear me? I thought he made a mistake about changing and bringing Jorginho on because we were on their necks. Sort of took our tempo off. So 9 for me.
Yeah.
Andrew, is that the time stone in the background?
That's it.
That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing.
So Andrew is a Chelsea fan by day, Doctor Strange by night.
I love it. Can you open up the realm and put Lukaku in
He's
it?
just Mr. Strange during the day.
No, just strange. Just strange.
But anyway, I would also give Tuchel a 10 because you had to drop the Courtois understudy, the understudy to the snake.
Hey, hello.
Yes. Hey, you finally found one that won't say no.
What are you talking about?
This guy got a gift for Astrid, you know.
Shut up.
It's a gift of nipping.
What are you talking about? Nah.
Have you fixed it with nipping yet?
Oh,
Yes,
yet.
Father.
Oh my gosh.
Look at him with his bitch.
He's bought it for Timo.
Bro, you brought your girlfriend on camera. Now you have to pay the price.
Now, do you know
Did
what
you
her name
name it Astrid?
Huh? Actually, it's an Easter.
Please don't do anything doggy style.
No, of course not. Of course not. Let me carry this, man. It's not that easy. Oh my god, my back's hurt.
Did you win that in Winter Wonderland?
Yeah.
Nice.
Is that your ride home?
Play basketball. Simple as that.
You see, Father going down the street riding a little doggy.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, he dropped the Courtois understudy. I'm getting really annoyed at the moment because the Belgian. I got to support Belgium, my nation, but they're pissing me off because they keep being snakes when they come to my club. So Chelsea, do not sign another Belgian ever again.
Except Doku. Doku's decent.
Oh no, but I'm worried Doku's going to come here and then suddenly get arrogant. Please, just
Yeah, he might do.
KJ won the internet. Astrid Wolf.
Hey, no, actually, I have more blood. I have more Belgian blood in me than Max Verstappen. He's a fake Belgian.
Max Verstappen is my guy.
Max Verstappen is only Belgian when he wants to be, when it suits him.
That should whoop, you know.
But anyway, that is probably the end because I think Sadiq wanted to leave at 1 minute 10. It's 1 minute 25. But guys, thank you for coming on. It's a good performance and
hey, hang on, I haven't
result
said a word yet.
Yeah, but Father, you only came on so we could take the piss.
Hey,
hold on.
Are you off for some peanut butter now?
Give me a second, man.
Oh my god. Oh my
god. Father, before we go, who was your man of match?
I'll get Kovacic.
I was waiting for him to say Timo Werner.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh dear Lord. Oh
yeah.
God.
Whoa! What the
Good
hell?
Lord, man. Good God.
Oh no! I just literally got into the train.
Bro, you gotta get a Chelsea jersey for your mate there.
Father, who's that for?
Huh?
Who's that for?
I don't know. Hey, D. You better take your mouth shut, Deeks.
I love that jumper. Father, where you get the jumper? I like that.
Oh, Megastore.
Yeah, it's nice. Might get that.
It's about 25 degrees here today.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't believe it's hot today as well.
So yeah,
I'll make it's hot every day where I am, bro.
It's
Down
muy
in Mexico.
caliente.
Muy caliente. Also, when I've got fever all the time as well. So.
But anyway, I mean, Sadiq will probably be getting at me for. Oh, here we go. Sadiq, don't slack it. Don't bait him out.
What is
Mark, nothing. You don't want to know.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, I
Anyway.
didn't say anything about ending it, huh?
Oh, what happened to I needed to end at 1 minute at 1 hour 10?
Yeah, that's what you said.
Say hi. Hi.
Yay.
We named your dog. KJ named your dog for you. It's Astrid Wolf.
Why would you name that?
Astrid Wolf. That is funny as hell. You gotta have to even laugh about that. That's funny.
Her name is not Astrid. What are you talking about?
The dog. We're talking about the dog, not the girl.
But her name. Yeah, I know, but her name is not.
What would you name it?
Elf. Yes, Diggs.
Did you name it Stain?
Whoa!
No, Elf.
If you named it Stain, you know what you would say when you called it, right?
That is nasty.
But anyway, Father, getting onto a more serious subject. What is your opinion on the whole Lukaku thing?
Lukaku thing, yeah. The thing is for me that about Lukaku, I feel like I don't mind though he's being honest with himself that he's not happy with the tactic, but I feel like the timing and the execution was kind of like baffled me a lot. So that's only my thoughts so far on him. At the end of the day, you've already caused so much trouble within the camp, and it's up to you. It's up to yourself to sort it out.
So, for me, it's like I don't know if any of y'all have ever done this, but peeing on an electric fence. You know, you get this big. It's like somebody took two boards and clapped your nuts together.
Click.
That's what it felt like. So, yeah, it's just not good. It's, whatever the content of the interview was, it doesn't matter. When it's caused this big upheaval in the squad with the coach, with everybody, the fan base, then it's wrong. It doesn't matter what you said. If this is the result of it, you did something wrong. End of. So whether you can come back from that, that's up to how much forgiveness is in people's heart and what you say next.
What you say.
I mean, Jess, you wouldn't have the man behind you saying that.
But the thing is, apology is not that simple.
I love what Kemba did, Sadiq.
He's still 100 million pounds. You got to do something with, and you have to get close to 100 million pounds to make this worthwhile. And you have to bring somebody in that can do what he was potentially brought in to do. And that's put the ball in the back of the net. And there's not too many people in the world that can do that at a high percentage rate like he can when you do give him service. Mm-hmm. So regardless of the fact, whoever plays our number 9 have not played very well this year or last year or really the year before that. So look, it's history.
I know.
It is what it is.
Since Costa left. There was a run with Giroud, Project Restart, but other than that, not really. Nothing to speak home. That's why Tammy's not here, because Tammy wasn't that guy.
Yeah.
So, it's got to be, like I said, Haaland, Benzema, Lewandowski. Those are the names you could go out there and probably get with the right price.
Come on, Haaland. Come on.
He wants Werner to start.
Oh, of course he does.
Really?
You conditioned your dog already.
I don't mind Werner starting. He puts in 100% when he's on the pitch.
I
Even
agree.
if it's 100% bad, he puts 100% in. So I don't have a problem with Werner going on that pitch. He produced. Look, it took a lot, but he did produce for us last year. So, yeah, but he starts too, doesn't he? Majority of the game. So if he can start in the majority of the game and not always be great, then why can't Werner? Because he did have our highest goals and assists last year, if I remember correctly, overall.
Yep.
Yeah.
So why not? At this point, whoever wants to be on that pitch and give 100% and die for this team, that's who I want out there. If you're not, don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you.
Right.
Anyway, we'll end it now because I am getting messages to end it. But thank you all for coming on. Thank you, Jesters, Marv, Father, KJ, Alfred, Josh, Alex,
always.
all of you guys for coming on.
Thank you,
Melina
brother.
especially, despite the abuse. Thank you all for coming on. Thank you all for listening. And we will be back soon, probably for the Tottenham preview, which is going to be an interesting match after this one. But everyone, stay positive, stay happy. Up the Chelsea.
Up the Chelsea.
And now we're going to wait for it to end.
Bye, Astrid Wolf.